Am I the a-hole for yelling at a kid for crawling under my table at a restaurant? My friend Jack and I, after a long stressful week, like to go to the local pizza place. It's not fine dining by any stretch of the imagination, but there are booths and tables of people sitting down. I see a large table near us of like 10 people, a few couples, and a bunch of small kids between like 4 and 8, and the kids are running around the restaurant being loud while the adults are drinking wine and eating pizza. I ignore the commotion for 20 minutes when suddenly I feel like a hand on my leg and one of the little kids is crawling under Jack and my table. I wasn't thinking and snapped at the kid and said, "Get away from our table." And the kid ran away and burst into tears. One of the parents at the other table came over and started tearing into me about how cranky and mean I was and how dare I yell at her kid who was just playing. Meanwhile, her and the other middle-aged 40-something parents are letting the kids run amok and be loud and obnoxious while my friend and I are trying to enjoy a night out. I ripped her a new one and said, "How entitled do you need to be to think it's okay to let your kids crawl under other people's tables?" She called me an a-hole and walked away in a huff.
That's amazing. I okay. Before I say anything, what is this? So it's a pizza place, local pizza place.
Chuck E. Cheese.
I mean, is it the? It's not Chuck E. Cheese, but he says that there's booths, tables, people sitting down.
Robots singing and dancing on stage, right?
It says small kids between like 4 and 8 kids are running around, but it says that the adults are drinking wine
Ah,
and eating pizza. Does Chuck E. Cheese sell wine with their pizzas?
no, probably not. Secret menu, maybe.
Okay, but what kind of pizzeria sells wine? I don't think I've ever been to any pizzeria.
It might be like an Olive Garden.
They don't have pizza
Nah,
there. And to have like, well, maybe they do. I don't. I haven't been there in a long time.
it would
But
be an Olive Garden type of restaurant because they sell wine there, and then pizza is Italian, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah,
So all things considered, there's kids and there's wine. So that tells me that this is probably not a Chuck E. Cheese. So it's not meant to be a place for kids.
okay, yeah, yeah.
Uh, and it's wine, so I feel like it's more for relaxation. Or maybe not relaxation, but you go there to have a good time. If wine is available, I feel like it's more of an adult based location.
Yeah.
So for these other people to allow their kids to be running around to the point where they're not paying attention to their kids and then letting them get under people's tables and stuff like that, I think the a-holes would be the parents. This guy yelling at him, what did he say? "Get away from our table." I think it's funny. I don't think he's wrong to say. I mean, maybe if he was like very angry, or if he like smacked the kid on the way out or something, then yeah, I mean, don't hit the kid. But
Ah, yeah.
well, I don't know how if
I don't know.
okay, I don't have kids, right? If I'm eating, having a nice date with my wife, and some kid comes out of nowhere and it's like touching my leg, I feel like I would get startled, and I'd be like, "Whoa, like get out of there, you!" And I don't know. I feel like I'm a little bit more easygoing as far as like that kind of situations go, or at least I hope I am. Um, but if they're being really
Yeah.
annoying, I don't know.
I don't
Maybe a
know
little
either.
bit.
Like,
Maybe a little bit.
I would say the parents. I mean, I could understand a parent reacting like that because it's their kid. At the same time, they are the a-holes for letting their kids do that, not knowing etiquette, right?
Yeah.
Um, Same time, uh, he probably kind of is. It doesn't sound like he apologized. I get that he snapped.
Mm-hmm.
I can get that he startled and screamed. at the same time, I think he knew that it was a kid that grabbed him. It's not like some dog or some alien,
Some
made him yell.
some pervy
So he knew it was
person.
a kid. I'm sure he knew it was a kid. Um, so I don't know about that. For yelling at a kid, I don't know. I don't think there's any reason to yell at a kid, no matter what. Even if he did, right? Even if he did, I'm sure the parent comes here and say, "Oh, I apologize. I'm sorry. I yelled." But he didn't do that.
So
At least to what it says.
so here's something that I was like noticing. So he says, "Get away from the table." Kid runs away crying, and then the
Yeah.
person comes over and starts tearing into him about how cranky and mean he is. So it doesn't even seem like the parent even gave him the benefit of the doubt. The parent just saw his kid crying and came and started yelling at this person. Where I don't know. I feel like you could also approach it in a friendlier way, and maybe you could say, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You're my kid ran into your table or was like touching your legs. Why are you yelling at my kid?" Like it's
Yeah.
okay to defend your kids. I'm not saying that you shouldn't,
Right. Right.
but if you also just come and attack them, I don't know. Maybe equally the a-holes.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. They're all of them. But I guess I was watching as I was editing the shorts of the other ones. Like I realized it made me rethink some of the answers I had before.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm starting to think of this as should you be doing something like this? Are you a jerk, essentially?
Okay.
Yelling at a kid, I don't think that, no matter what. If I was in a situation, I would not yell at a kid.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think I would yell at the kid. I think at first
Yeah.
I would probably just be like, "Oh, hey, do you want to go to your parents? Like, you want to get out of there?" But I wouldn't be yelling. I would just
Yeah.
kind of like nudge him off. If the kid came back and started bothering us again, then I would be like, I would step it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would yell.
Yeah.
I think yelling would be like a very last minute or last resort kind of thing. And it would have to be like, I don't know. I don't know. I can't even imagine a situation in which I would just yell at a kid for suppressing me under the table. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, if you read the title, "Am I an a-hole for yelling at my kid?" Yelling at a kid for crawling under my table at a restaurant, minus the context. Yes.
yeah, I'm leaning towards yes. I think
Yeah.
he is a bit of an a-hole for sure.
That doesn't excuse the parents, which I want to say, it doesn't excuse the parents, doesn't excuse them letting their kids run amok. If this article was, or if this blog says, "Am I the a-hole for letting my kids run around and touch a guy under the table?" Yes, you would be so an a-hole.
Definitely look out for your kids. Know where they are.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Should we
All right.
read comments on this one?
Yeah, let's go ahead and read some comments.
Seems like a very very NTA. NTA. As a parent of a small kid between 4 and 8, I say you're responsible for your kid's behavior in a public place. True. If you're going to a restaurant, then bring a tablet or crayons or whatever to keep your kids occupied. You don't let them become a problem for other customers or for the staff. The mom was way out of line. It doesn't answer the original question, though. He's talking about the parents. This is not about yelling at the kid.
Yeah. See, this is kind of going back to that first thought I had. I'm like, well, first the other parent should be
Yep.
responsible. Sure, I agree, but that also doesn't excuse the guy from yelling at the kid.
Yeah.
I feel like these are completely opposite uh, scenarios, not scenarios, topics.
Because that, I mean, let's say he kicked the kid. Does that change context?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's physical. This is more emotional in terms of like yelling. I can maybe mentally have as much damage as kicking physically. But yeah, and I mean, all the people that went up to him, yeah, they're pretty much a-holes. So I don't know.
Here's another one just right below that one. It says, not the a-hole. I hate when people don't know the difference between a playground and pizzeria. My kid at age 4 actually told off a kid at the same age for running around daft. That kid went to his mom with chalked face. I'm assuming he meant shocked. Shocked face and told his mom, "Mom, you didn't tell me I couldn't play here. Why didn't you know?" And I never seen a mum clear out faster than that.
Wow, I want to. Can you see the controversial comments? It's not even letting me do that.
No, last
You have to
time
like sign in now, right?
I couldn't switch them by those things online. I had to be on my phone for it.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
Oh, there we
Man,
go.
I don't know.
Controversial. I found them. Yeah, a lot of people are like praising this guy. More like the hero. Welcome to 2023 parenting. It doesn't exist. No, you're a hero. NTA, enough said. Seems like a lot of people would have had a little bit less patience than this guy did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
mean,
know.
to be clear, I would not let my kids do that. I
Like
would
run
be
around,
so
right?
mad at them, right?
Yeah.
That's not proper etiquette to have them run around, right? But that's a separate
Agreed.
issue. This is it's a it's you can might as well say, is it okay to yell at a child? Then what is that? How does that go?
I I don't. Okay, I don't have any kids, so I feel like my comments are a little null in this. But
Still matters.
I guess I'm gonna say a little bit the a-hole for yelling at the kid. I think the other parents are bigger a-holes for letting the kids running around.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
where I draw my line.
Whew.